We are ready to kick off our special live event this morning, Kids in Crisis Screen Time. This is so important to us. We're passionate about it. So many parents across the country are talking about it, moms groups, dads groups. We're going to dedicate the rest of this show to it.
I feel like we've all been there. We've seen the scrolling, the games, the videos, the texting, all of it. And simply put, a lot of children and also, we should say, adults struggle to even put their devices down.
So over the next hour, we're going to address how screens and phones can impact a child's health, the many, many questions parents are facing. And we're going to hopefully give you some tools, too, to navigate pretty rough waters. But we're going to start this morning with a closer look at exactly what is at stake.
I love the escape.
Screenager. You want to keep scrolling and scrolling.
I'm on my phone about 10 hours a day.
Everything's on the phone. Nobody really speaks face to face with people anymore.
I'm just stuck on the phone and I just can't get off.
The average American teen will spend 30 years of their life behind a screen.
Is social media safe for my kids? Growing evidence of harms.
Social media use may compromise the mental health of young people.
Endless access could be fueling addiction.
She was being pushed content about body image and self-harm.
When we think about giving our children smartphones, it's like putting a 2-year-old in the driver's seat of a car. There would be a crash.
A new warning about something else, social media.
This is not the first social media challenge to cause harm or take lives.
Smartphones are almost like a perfect storm. A teenager does not yet have their frontal lobes fully developed to say, this might be risky.
Like in years past when everyone was smoking and everyone thought smoking was fine, and now we know smoking is not so good for you.
Their risk-reward system, seeking reward, the chemical dopamine, is more active in this window.
Our teens risking their lives for the likes.
A deadly social media challenge using Benadryl. It put a 13-year-old in New Jersey in the ER.
A dangerous trend among teens, the choking game or blackout challenge.
And it is almost unfair in a sense that teenagers have this kind of access at a time where they may not have the ability to fully understand the consequences.
These tech products want kids to share more, post more, create more stuff, because that helps feed that engine. It's trying to profile kids to know what might you click on next, what brand can I align you with. So when your child gets profiled, that's an unfair battle.
I just want to relax a bit before bed. So I'm scrolling and then I look at the time and I'm like, oh my God, it's 1:30. You get so sucked in.
It can be really addicting. They can begin to really hinder your life more than they do help it.
She was like, I am doing my homework. No, you were watching TV or you were watching TikTok. It's always that battle.
I think it's really dangerous, the algorithms that are out there in terms of what they learn about children.
It's like a really deep hole we could go down. We don't really know how those algorithms are going to impact the brains of kids.
I've seen a couple of my friends see a post on them, and it can have lasting effects.
Instead of liking yourself, it's how much everybody likes you.
My video is not getting as many likes as my friends. Why are these people not commenting and telling me how pretty I look?
It just switched into consuming you. You're fearful of what's gonna happen. Why am I getting so consumed in my head? Why am I getting upset with myself?
I would get so consumed, I had to delete Instagram at one point for a few months.
The most common words they associate: depressed, angry, and alone.
What I believe is the defining public health issue of our time, and that is a youth mental health crisis.
When you look at that rise in teen depression over time, it coincides with the rise of smartphones and the rise of social media.
No one gave me a playbook. No one told me or warned me about how my digital habits would impact my mental health. Social media became this magnifying glass for my emotions, and it actually almost led me to take my own life.
You find your child lifeless in her room at 3:30 in the morning.
And she had a locked note in there. If I can get through it, I want you to understand what she put. But behind the social media life, nobody knows the real me. And how much I struggle.
67% of children are saying that they hide information from their parents online and in social media. Parents are trying to swim upstream.
Social media makes them feel worse about their body image.
Kids who use more than 3 hours of social media a day face double the risk of depression and anxiety symptoms.
I worry about how my daughter is going to think of herself. Is she going to compare herself with others on social media? Is she going to feel anxiety?
The case of social media bullying.
Increased exposure to cyberbullying.
1 in 5 children say that they have experienced bullying.
Us as parents, we need to start banding together to hold the social media companies accountable.
This is an opportunity to teach your child how to thrive with digital technology. Know where it has a time and a place.
Wait as long as you can to give your child a phone.
When kids didn't have like iPhones and stuff, and they had more flip phones, I think they were able to be just a kid.
The best thing that we can do is give our kids the tools that they need to flourish in the digital age.
Wow. So now you know why we're here. This hour is really important. And joining us now, Dr. Jenny Radesky, a pediatrician and co-director of the American Academy of Pediatrics Center of Excellence on Social Media and Youth Mental Health.
We also have Tom Kirsting, a psychotherapist and author of Disconnected, How to Protect Your Kids from the Harmful Effects of Device Dependency.
And Catherine Perlman, she's a family coach and author of First Phone, A Child's Guide to Digital Responsibility, Safety, and Etiquette. We're glad to have you with us. Dr. Radesky, let's start with the science. And actually, what I really want to talk about is what we don't know. I can't imagine anything else you would hand to your kids and let them have that much access to it, not really knowing the effect it's having on a developing brain. There haven't been long-term studies.
Right. And as a clinician and a researcher, I usually tell parents these devices were originally designed for adults. That's why it feels so hard. If you go back to Steve Jobs' first, presentation of the iPhone in 2007, they were so excited to be packing so much stuff into this one little device so you could take your life everywhere. But they weren't thinking about kids at all. So there's been a lot of just reactive, resolution or addressing of problems once we discover them. And there's a real reason kids are not little adults. That's why this feels hard. Kids have a lot of different stages of developmental emotional regulation that's occurring through early childhood, middle childhood, and adolescence, where devices can get in the way.
Let's talk about the science isn't there. There aren't great brain scans of a 9-year-old brain before and after being on an iPhone. But 60 Minutes did do something back in 2018, and the NIH has done some preliminary studies, and they found they had some slides of scans of a 9-year-old and 10-year-olds who are spending a lot of time on screens. And it showed this, which I thought was fascinating. More premature thinning of the cortex. That's the wrinkly outermost layer of the brain that processes information from the 5 senses. We won't know for years what is happening to our kids' brains, but we know it's probably not great. So where are we at this point when it comes to brain development in kids?
I think there's so much cool research coming out about this, looking at how the brain is responding to different aspects of social media or smartphone use. But you're right, we still have this gap in knowledge. So the best thing we can do as caregivers is try to understand what our kids are going through. When you're an adolescent, you are living with this brain that's really, really sensitive to social rewards and rejection. Yeah. You have this frontal lobe that's still coming online, right? So it cannot yet inhibit all of the impulses and emotions you're feeling. That is why it can be a really tough mix with social media and smartphones, but it's also why kids are drawn to them.
Yeah. It's a perfect storm. I mean, I read the American Psychological Association said, other than the first year of life, adolescence is the most significant and important change that happens in our brains, in our life. That brings me to you, Tom. You are a psychiatrist, but you also were a school counselor. Do you remember the moment when smartphones came on the scene and the impact you saw it having on the front lines at your school?
So I'll put it in perspective. So I worked in a public high school from 1995 to 2001, 25 years, 2000, 2001. Around 2012, I started noticing this major change taking place. So prior to that, occasionally a kid would come down to my office having a panic attack, an anxiety attack of some sort. Starting in 2012, I started getting more kids coming to my office in the nurse's office per week having panic attacks than I used to get per school year. And at my private counseling practice, starting at that time, I started getting more referrals from middle school age kids with major anxiety disorders than I had gotten collectively in the previous 10 years.
Did that coincide with smartphones coming on the scene for kids?
That's when smartphones became mainstream in 2012.
Yeah.
And from that point on, this problem has just escalated and worsened.
Well, the problem is, too, a lot of kids got bullied in school back in the day, and the kids these days are getting bullied in school, and that bullying comes at home, and then that bullying comes into midnight scrolling, and they get lost in this loop. And I actually feel helpless sometimes when I think about some of the kids out there who need us.
Yeah, and part of it is when you look at an adolescent, I call it the purgatory stage.
Yeah.
Right, you're sort of stuck. You're not a child. You're not an adult. You're somewhere in this middle area trying to figure out who you are, and that's and that's like a feeding ground for anxiety and self-esteem issues, right? So I say, adolescence, the perfect, one-word definition is insecurity.
Right.
That's natural. It's normal. But now you layer in all this other stuff, all this feedback they're getting, right? Likes, streaks, followers, and they think it's making them feel good. But when you look at the word self-esteem, the word self and self-esteem is the important part. And if you're distracted by the modern-day weapons of mass distraction, the smartphone all day long, how do you know self? How do you know who you are? Well, and therefore, how do you have confidence?
You're getting this dopamine hit. We all feel it. You get a ding on your text message, an alert, a like, or whatever. With kids and their particular vulnerability that they have with this developing brain, it's like, are they getting this high and then do you have to keep chasing a bigger and bigger high?
So it's,
Does it change them fundamentally is the question.
Yeah, well, my latest book, Raising Healthy Teenagers, I talk about something I've been seeing a lot of recently. It's called oppositional defiant disorder. And essentially, kids that are just being, defiant and oppositional towards their parents, punching holes in the wall, cursing at their parents. And the common denominator is that they're on these modern-day weapons of mass distraction, and they target the pleasure-seeking part of the brain that produces dopamine. And you don't want to have too much dopamine. It's like a never-ending IV drip. And when that stimuli is removed, the phone, the video game system, you have a crash, a withdrawal that manifests itself behaviorally. So but about 30 days, if we can, unplug for 30 days, get a kid to do that, the balance would return.
But I want to point out, it's not only pleasure-seeking. A lot of the way we as parents and kids use our devices is just to let our brains take a rest. When we interview kids, they say, I just have been having such a hard day. I need to not think for a while. I'm actually avoiding the next day or my sleep because they are pretty stressed out. So understanding that too is a driver, not just
Well, I feel like with that, the funny thing is like I've given my kid the phone at the doctor's office because they're feeling stressed. But then you don't ever learn how to regulate your stress because the minute you need a break, the thing is slid right in front of you.
Crucial in early childhood when they really need us and play and moving their body to learn how to manage their own emotions. But I also think what's cool about adolescents is they have abstract thought. They have opinions. They want to talk about this stuff. And so thinking of it, I think of it optimistically as when I talk to kids, I have an 8th grader at home. They're curious. They want to talk about this. Right. They want to be part of the solution. And so if that's one thing parents take away is have conversations.
Well, it does feel, Catherine. I mean, I deal with it with my own kids. They're only 6 and 9. They're begging me for a phone already. Then I talk to my friends who have older kids, and they say, "Oh, we gave the phone," and now my whole relationship with my kid is transformed. It is only about that phone and the access to the phone. It's just, it doesn't feel like a fair fight, and parents need help too.
We do. We need help because it is like we've talked about this amazing computer that does all of these things. It's, hitting their dopamine and all these things. But there are ways that we can help. We can limit the hours that they use it. We can limit the number of hours they can spend on social media. I've had to limit my own hours on social media. And I think that's important to talk to kids about. It's not just me telling you what you have to do. This is a problem for all of us. Yes. We all have to improve our ways.
I think some parents are probably thinking, trying to tell my 15-year-old who now, is practically about to drive a car that, hey, you're not going to be able to use this phone between this time and that time doesn't seem realistic.
Yeah, but the thing is, if we say absolutely you cannot have your phone in your room and we stick to that, pretty quickly they give it up. But they can tell when we're wishy-washy and then they dig,
What about
I got to jump in here real quick, okay? So I did a survey of my own, my final year at the high school. I asked the following question to 100 high school students over the course of that school year that would come to my office. And I said, it's going to stay confidential here. I'm not going to use anybody's name. And the question I asked them was, what time do you go to sleep on school nights? And 92 out of those 100 kids told me that they went to sleep between 1 and 4 a.m. every night of the school week and that their parents had no idea. Yeah. That's because the phone is in the bedroom. That's the #1 tip is get that darn thing out of the bedroom.
Yeah. And, we're going to keep getting into it, but we want to hold off giving that phone as long as possible. I'm trying to hold on to childhood on behalf of my children. We'll continue the discussion. Thank you to all of our experts. We should mention we have a wealth of information on today.com as well.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.